Hello everybody, thanks for tuning in. Zeph here with Zeff's Trading, January 29th, 2024. Almost done with the month here. Today, Monday, hope everyone's doing well. Going to be going over our chart review of the 2000 Tick Chart. Let me start off by doing the daily chart for you, so let's jump right in here. Finally, after the sideways move we had for over a month, nice break upward. 1, 2, 3, 4 bars. Now we are doing a little consolidation. Last few days have been trading ranges, as you can see. Today is no exception. Inside bar. We had a slight high on the previous last Friday, and then it slammed back down, basically closing on a doji. So basically, again, just trading sideways for a little bit. We'll see where this goes, see if the buys keeps going up. New markers for highs and lows, looking for the break of either, let's see here, the high of 40.33 and or the low of 48.89. So that's what we're looking for here, something like that. Either break up, test the brown band, hit that 5,000, keep going, and then maybe turn back down. And I feel like that's what we're doing, but that's just a guess, and it's 50-50. All right, let's jump over to the 2000 tick chart. Okay, over here at the 2000 tick chart, as you can see for today, I have labeled most of the things, and I've taken 3 trades today that I will go over. We have 2 winners on the day, 1 loser, and today is basically just, unless we, in the next few hours, go higher, it's basically just been a trading range. I wasn't expecting a trading range, to be honest with you. I was expecting this to break out for today since we've been consolidating for the last 2 days, but you never know what's going to happen. Nonetheless, there's a couple okay signals here today. Nothing really that I enjoyed a lot, but I will show you the ones that I took that I thought were good. And I would say one that was really good. So we're going to jump right into this. Pre-market. We had a nice big bullish move up here. We had 1 leg up, and right here we had a second leg up, right basically to the tick. It's a nice 2-leg moved up. Let me get in big here for you guys. So you can see 1, 2, and counting from our bottom as we always do. First entry short, pulls back, 3 matching bar high, breaks up, outside bar closing on its low, great signal bar, second entry short, doesn't get any better than that. Now this is at 352, so it's for the people there, but nonetheless this could happen during price action too. So nice 2 legs up, first entry, second entry short, plenty of room back down to the EMA, great trade right there. And then we had a counting from our low after we tested back down to this range basically for support. First entry short turns up. Great signal bar closing on its lows. Plenty of room for the bottom here. Second entry short closing below the EMA. I like that trade. Now your risk is pretty big, so you could drop a limit order in here. Unfortunately, it just sold right off. So if you're aggressive and you like taking that trade, then you can. And or trail your stop as second as this bar closes. Trail your stop 1 tick above. Okay, so then this is where my first trade comes in. I get here actually pretty early today. I see a first entry pull back, second entry long, so first entry long pulls back, second entry long, great signal bar closing on its low, drop a deep limit order in, and go for 1 point. Now I would say this is an aggressive trade because there's not that much room to the low here. There was only 1 point, and that's why I went for 1 point. As you can see, I got it right here. My runner got stopped out, +1 for trying to get a runner. But yeah, this is an aggressive trade because you can see 1, 2, 3 points of support here. And then you also have to be careful of what happens here as a higher low. So I see this higher low happens. So I see first entry long, second entry long fails. I go short, drop a limit order, 1 tick right on even as the low of this bar at 49.16. And go 1 point, get my 1 point. Then I see this higher low close, and then I realize, okay, this thing might actually be bullish. And I actually did see this run up, break, new high. So I thought a test back down here was very reasonable and maybe break through a little bit lower to one of these lows. And nonetheless, bulls came back and started trending up. So then we go over here and we basically get a nice fresh high right here at 49.23. Nice bullish move up. Nowhere to get in here that I can see. And it sells off. You get a first entry long, pulls back, second entry long, not a good signal bar. And it shops around sideways here. I also see this double top form, and I was contemplating a first entry short, second entry short, but I just didn't like how congested this is right here, and it was turning into a trading range. It would have worked, but you know, you might take that trade. I'll mark that as black here for you guys. Okay, so yeah, you got a nice double top there, first entry, second entry short. There is room to the EMA, but it's pretty aggressive. And then we just chop around sideways here, and this is where I take my second trade on the day. And as you can see, without the hindsight, I'm looking at like this. I see 1, 2, 3. Now, this is where I saw a triple test, but then after the trade, I realized this never broke higher, then turned down, so it didn't get any of the stops out. And this is actually not a very good signal bar. It's red, but it's basically even on the stems. So I think this is a mistake on my part by getting in on this triple test. I also kind of saw a first entry short, second entry short, one tick underneath, and it was a hidden second entry short. So I thought I had good context. I thought this was a pretty good trading range, but sure enough, I get stopped out. So I get stopped out there on my 2 contracts, and this is when I was right in a sense. I just needed a better signal bar. And it never came. It just got too congested, so that's okay. It sells off. I see my second trade here, and this is where I see it. I realize this uptrend is probably at least finished for a second. I have this downtrend. We're probably going to at least come back and test somewhere on the lows here at 49.18 to 49.15, maybe even the low. This trading range at 49.14. Then I see this great signal bar. I see price run up. I see a hidden second entry short, as you can see. First entry, pulls back on a lower time frame. Second entry, these are advanced trades. So if you're not familiar with them, don't worry about them. But yeah, and then I see this nice bullish bar closing on its highs, and then I see price go up, slam back down, great signal bar closing on its low. And that's when I go short with a limit order, one on the low of this bar at 49.19. Sells off, I get my 1 point. And then I just, actually happens really fast. As my runner, I move it to 2 points because I didn't think it would go super fast and I was going to trail it. And then price just slams right back down. I get another point, so I get 3 points there. And then that's my third trade of the day. So now I have this correct trend line break, new low. And then you also get a first entry long, second entry long right here. Now this bar is very debatable. It is closing on its upper 1/3, but it's not green, so that's why I didn't mark it. And then price moves on sideways here. You get a nice downward slope. And then what you get, which is pretty aggressive, a double bottom. So as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. There's clearly support here at 49.14. You have a nice signal bar closing on its high. You already have your first entry long, second entry long, and you basically have 1, 2, 3. You have a wedge formation here. This is basically just a double bottom trade. You could take this, I think, if there is room for your stop loss. And since price is basically just a trading range, I think that's a pretty okay trade. It's just aggressive, so that's why I marked it. And then bulls just make their way right back up. I saw this, which was, let's see here. Yeah, first entry long, pulls back, second entry long. It's just a little congested right here, and it's 3 bars overlapping. Don't necessarily like it, but I'll mark it as aggressive for that second entry long right here. This isn't bar closing on its upper 1/3. It's bouncing off EMA. You have plenty of room to the high, so I'll mark that black. And then you get this one, which is when you start seeing the break here and then a new high. You see a first entry long, pulls back, second entry long, and it fails. Actually, do you get the 1 point here? 75. Yeah, so this one is tricky, and I'm sure some of you might have got actually stopped out on this one. You have your high, you have your first entry long, second entry long, and you're like, okay, well, this is a pretty decent bar. Has a little stem, but it's closing on its 1/3. EMA's here, it's on support. The bar in this range is too far from the EMA. Like you'd really want the bar somewhere like a bar like this, and then to go high with it up here. And the fact that if you have to enter one tick above at 22.75, let's look. That's 1 point. 1 point has to get rid of all the stops all the way up here and then tick through one more time to the very high of the trend. So that's why this didn't work and why you shouldn't take this trade. And you'll get confused if you're a beginner, but that is why you shouldn't take this trade here. I just wanted to go over that. And also you could just see how congested it is. Okay, so then you get your break, new high. You get a, let me switch back here. You get a first entry short, pulls back, goes higher, slams right back down. Huge outside bar closing on its low, right at EMA. Your stop, would have to be here, and then you could trail it accordingly. And you have to have a really tight stop and manage the risk there. But that is a second entry short, and it's right at the 49.27, which is on the hourly chart our 78.60 Fibonacci, as you can see. I was looking at that. Nice big also for all you fair value gap traders, right at the 78.6. You'll see price get up there, reject it, and slam back down. So that was the context for that trade. That's why I always like having the multiple time frames. And then for the rest, before 2 o'clock here comes in the next 13 minutes, I don't see anything else. You get this break, chops around sideways. You get a first entry long, second entry long below EMA. EMA is flat, price is going above it. This is just a trading range, congested. You don't know it's going to break out. And now it looks like we're just, again, chopping again sideways. That's what seems to keep happening. We keep having nice spikes, chop, spike, chop. So, yeah, that's what it is for today. Those are the trades that I saw, the trades I took. I hope your guys' trading was very good today and you guys got some wins or managed the losers well. Because a losing trade can be a good trade as long as you do it right. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed this chart review. If you have any questions or comments, shoot me an email or in the comments below in the YouTube comment section. And I will see you guys tomorrow.